Hi, we're here at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone in St. Helena, California, and I want to spend a little bit of time telling you about some really interesting new sauces. Now, everybody is struggling right now to put ethnic food on their menu and differentiate themselves from everybody else out there. But the learning curve is pretty steep. Now, you're all familiar with the soy, you're familiar with the teriyaki glaze, but what you might not be familiar with is ponzu sauce, Thai curry, hoisin, oyster, unagi sauce. I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's take these sauces into the kitchen and get cooking.
I'm Andrew Hunter, the food service and industrial chef for Kikkoman USA, and I am at the Culinary Institute of America in the Napa Valley talking about cross-cultural marinades. What that means is we're going to create a versatile base of 3 ingredients, and then we're going to add signature flavor profiles from 3 different countries. So how we start is by mixing together 2 parts aged balsamic vinegar, 2 parts prune juice, and then 3 parts naturally brewed Kikkoman soy sauce, and whisking them together. In the first bowl, I'm going to make an Italian flavor profile. So I'm adding garlic and cracked pepper. And then I'm going to add some fresh rosemary, which I'll pull the leaves from, and then I'll crack the stem and put it in. Marinades are different than sauces in that they need to be more intensely flavored than a regular sauce. So I'm using a fair amount of all of the seasonings: garlic, rosemary, and pepper. In the second marinade, I'm going to make a Spanish flavor profile. So I'm using dry sherry and a combination of smoked and sweet paprika. And I'm going to stir that just until the paprika is mixed into the marinade. And for the third marinade, I'm going to use 5-spice and crushed red chili flakes. These all have their separate aromas, their unique aromas that will make their way into the meat. I've selected a beef hanger steak for the Italian marinade, and I'm just going to pour it over, making sure I get all of the flavors, and then turning the meat over to coat it. It also works well to put it in a plastic Ziploc bag or a sealable bag and keep it in the walk-in or the refrigerator and shake it now and then to make sure that the meat is being completely covered with the marinade. The second marinade, the Spanish, with dry sherry and smoky paprika, I've selected bone-in chicken thighs. Because the meat is thick, I cut some slits in the top, which will help the marinade go through into the center of the meat. With the soaking method of marinating, the marinade only goes about 1/4 of an inch into the meat, so that the slits help it make its way through. And for the final marinade, the Chinese marinade, I selected sliced pork tenderloin. Again, I mix it up so that the 5-spice is well mixed with the base. And again, I just turn it over. The whole surface area gets covered. You can marinate these meats for as little as a couple of hours or as long as overnight. If you're going to marinate overnight, be careful of how much citrus or lemon juice or vinegar you put in the marinade, because it can change the texture of the meat. Here we have 3 different marinades made with the same base of Kikkoman soy sauce with 3 different flavor profiles: Italian, Spanish, and Chinese.